Yeah, I'm originally from Europe, but now I'm from Britain. Thank you. It's turns out we weren't being true to ourselves, expressing our identity, so we want to change it up, which is it's pretty fashionable nowadays. You know, like I was born a man, and I'm still a man, but I think I'm going to stick with it actually. But I don't know, it's nice to know that you could just change it now. I think that's quite cool, you know, fresh start. Like, I like the trans thing. Like, if you're a woman and it's never felt quite right, why wouldn't you, you know? Get a haircut, chop your tits off, get a pay rise. You know, I mean, why wouldn't you? It makes complete sense when you think about it. But, But people are still angry about that, you know. There's the toilet police saying what toilets you can and can't. Just let people piss where they want, for Christ's sake. Because we all do it, don't we? I mean, I frequently identify as disabled. You know, I mean, you know, whatever toilet's near us, really. And also, toilet doors mean nothing. I went in like a fancy restaurant the other day. I needed a piss. There were these two doors. One of them had a picture of a sparrow. The other one had a picture of a goat. And I was like, what the f***? Sparrow? Ah! Sorry, yeah, sure, sorry, of course. Sparrows are exclusively female, yes. But I think a lot of the kind of insecurity around these trans women must come from straight guys who are sort of insecure about their sexuality. I remember I was watching the news, this trans model on the news, and she's stunning, right? And I turned to my mate, I'm like, gosh, she's really beautiful, isn't she? My mate's like, yeah, but you know she's trans. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't care. I mean, I want to f*** her now. I don't want to f*** her 10 years ago. Like, she's fit now. I don't see what the problem is. And he's like, isn't it weird though? She used to be a man, she used to have a dick. And I'm like, well, yeah, but she doesn't anymore, right? Like, straight guys in the room, Scarlett Johansson's really attractive, right? You'll still want to have sex with Scarlett Johansson, yeah. You wouldn't kick her out of bed, would you? Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Scarlett Johansson used to be a baby. I mean, that is arguably far worse, isn't it? She used to have no hair, no teeth, piss and shit all over her leg. No, thank you. Now, I would rather f*** a man than f*** a baby. I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. I don't. Yeah, I think that's fairly normal. You know. I think most people are pretty on board with the trans thing. I think that women's sport is where people don't really know what they think, isn't it? That's the one that even the people who support it are like, I don't know. It's a complicated issue, trans women and women's sport. I've had a long think, right? I think I know what my opinion is. I think trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sport, right? But I don't want them to win. Because they're cheating. But I think they should be allowed to compete. Because the problem is you kind of think you should want them to win because they're like the underdogs in life. But like in the women's weightlifting, the trans woman is not the underdog. Like, she's got a clear advantage, right? But it's difficult because in life, she was dealt a bad hand. But in women's weightlifting, I mean, she was dealt a man's hand. It's not fair. Like, I don't think it's anti-trans, like, just support the underdog and she's not the underdog. Like, it's the same impulse. You know when you're watching the Special Olympics, you always want the most disabled person to win, right? Off you do. Look, I know. Look, you're all good people, you recycle, whatever, but you watch the Special Olympics, even in your head, you see one guy and you go, hang on, what's wrong? Why is he... Okay, is he disabled enough for... Enough! Good. You watch the swimming, there's a guy with no arms up against someone who seems to have mild autism. That's not fair. He's got no fucking arms. You should get a medal for getting out the pool. How the fuck is he... up against some guy just counting the lanes. You know, that's not a level playing field, is it? I'm not anti-autism, I'm just pro the guy with no arms. Do you see the... I always want the white guy to win the 100 meters. I don't think that's racist. Like, I don't. Let's be real. The 100 meters final is 7 black guys being chased by 1 white guy. Like, come back. It's not. Why do the Americans do so well? The race starts with a gun. Think it through. You know. All right, thanks for listening. My name is Finn. Take it easy, Canada. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.